Yo, peeps, what's up? Let's do a video real quick. Let's talk about what if Deku was immortal. Now, this Deku is gonna be hella different, but I'm just gonna see how this video does. Basically, your boy Deku, he grew up very rough. All right, like he was always getting beat up, and just for being weak. Like he didn't really have a strong physique, if you know what I'm saying, right? Early on, like his whole life was just like a series of L's growing up, right? Anytime he tried to fight back or do anything, and it wasn't for no particular reason either. He just got beat on. Like niggas just didn't like him for some reason. And they just saw him as like a weak little beat. You know what I'm saying? So they just abused this dude. So don't get me wrong, like the people that was beating on knew martial arts and stuff, and they knew just enough to be better than him, but not enough to do something on like a larger scale. So that will play importance in the future. So with that being said, your boy Deku just dude, he's morbid, mad, upset and shit. But you know, he keeps his head up high. And then some of the bullies after, I don't know, let's say he's about 10 or 11. Then some of the bullies decide to play a prank on him. They're gonna TP his house and shit, right? They're like, yeah. So they start throwing toilet paper at his house, like, ha. And then one of the bullies were like, hey, yo, I got some alcohol for my peeps. So they all start drinking and being retarded and just saying, fuck you, Deku. Like, they're just on this dude's neck and this and that and this and that. And then one dude got the bright idea. He grabbed some of the toilet paper. He grabbed some of the fucking alcohol, stuffed some of the paper in there, lit it on fire because they were smoking too, threw it, and then they all realized what happened. And I'm not going to lie to you, they sobered up dummy quick. They sobered up pretty quick after doing some dumb shit like that. Threw it already, but like, yeah, so long story short, Deku house is on fire. And he was actually downstairs doing something, but he was zoning in and out of consciousness because he was very tired and couldn't go to sleep because every time he tried to go to sleep, he had it, thinking about the bullies and stuff. And his mom was up and she grabbed him, pulled him out, and his mom was even more nicer to him than she was originally. So eventually, after the house started collapsing and stuff, everybody ran away, and long story short, it appeared like everyone in the house died, but you as the viewers know, that's not what happened. Deku got out. Oh, he got out. He had a couple of burnt marks on him, but he got out. So then when his mom pushed him out or whatever, he was stumbling back. Once again, he was already very tired because he hasn't slept in who knows how long. And yeah, he woke up and he was like, wait, no. And yeah, mom burned to ashes. Now he's an orphan. All right, and we can even say his dad was there, but no one knows about his dad yet, so we don't even bother wasting time on that. And yeah, Deku basically continues living. He gets a job like at a dumb early age and just proceeds to like live a very miserable life. But at the same time, he still tries to train, but it's just his body's too weak. Now we would have lined up similar to Kennen. It's not the fact that he didn't try to be good. It's just the fact that like he's trash. Like he just couldn't get behind it. And so yeah, man, he trains, he does push-ups, he does workouts and everything, but it's just not enough. We'd be lining up around the point of Kennen, but this Deku looks a little more morbid. He looks a little more upset, not upset, but a little more tired, a little more emo, if you may. Probably something similar to what the thumbnail looks like. And Deku's just like, ugh. And Bakugo and stuff would pretty much almost bully him similar, if not more or worse than it did in Kennen. But that won't really, then, the famous line, what most of y'all, if y'all even have a remote idea of how I was trying to build this up, you know where I'm going with this. He says the famous line, kill yourself, Deku. Maybe you'll be born with a better quirk in your next life. And Deku walks up to Bakugo, looking him in the soul, with really almost no malice, and say, you're probably right. You're probably right, Kachan. We could say they were friends growing up, but it doesn't really matter. It does. We can. I'll just. He says, "You're probably right. I'm gonna go do that now." And Deku proceeds to walk off. And everyone's like, "No way, he's," you know how Bakugo would be probably. He's like, first he's shocked. And he's like, "No way you do that. You don't got the balls for that." Long story short, they follow him. Deku looks at everyone, does a bout, looks around, he jigs a little, he does a backflip, and yeah. Click. Sirens and shit. And yeah, Deku did that shit. And then, you know, for the most part, Deku actually hasn't been seen or heard from ever since, for obvious reasons. And your boy Deku's pretty much MIA, like from everyone else's POV. And all of this would take place from the time that Bakugo said this to all the way in the point of time to when all the way from then to the point of time where, you know, you would do the training for the USJ, right? And yeah, so let's talk about what happened with Deku. Okay, your boy Deku realizes that he isn't dead, and also realizes he has a quirk. It's immortality. At first he thought it was a regeneration quirk, but this, how do I say, very dominatrix, sadistic kind of like doctor pulls up and just is like, "Hello, my wonderful specimen," while basically caressing Deku's chest, which actually has a very strong define or definition of a six-pack, which is out of usual because his body was originally weak. Deku eventually, after getting out of the restraints that she had him in, he's like, "What happened to me? Is that my voice? Wow, what's..." And simply put, Deku quirk activated the second he died. All of that training that he did was technically there. It just didn't get awakened until his quirk got awoken, because it's like his body was like, "We don't need to activate his immortal quirk yet. He's not in really any danger." But since he died, it's almost like he gets like a weird Zenkai, but not inherently a Zenkai. So it's like he trains, he does a lot of training, and then when he dies, all of that training comes to him at once, if that makes any sense. So he's like, I'm running, I'm not really getting tired, I'm running, I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm feeling the tired, but it's not, it's like you're tired, but you're not tired enough to be tired, if that makes any sense. All right. So, with that being said, and with that being the case, your boy Deku's like, "Yeah, I don't know what to do with this information." But the doctor's like, "Now, I don't know if you can fully regenerate your limbs, but..." And she's just, long story short, she will be the person that helps your boy Deku out anytime, like, he, you know, may lose a limb or something. He would just keep the limb intact, and then, you know, get her to help sew him up. Or help him reach a spot if he can't reach it. In the sense of, like, since he's immortal, he might have a weird, you know, something wrong with him. Might have a tumor or something. It's the fucking Namekian rule, you know? If something can get ruined and come back, it's gonna get ruined for no reason. Like, come on. We could say he's a lot more susceptible to other shit, like certain, like, diseases and shit, but it won't really matter. The doctor herself is literally just looking out for Deku, and she's like, if you got all this, and I'm sorry I'm rambling on here, but long story short, she trains Deku and is almost like a sadistic mother figure, if you may, and she's very elegant and stuff like that. And there will be a side-off story of what happens, because during this like 7 months she trains Deku and stuff, and she tells him, "Oh, we have to go to a party. You'll be my date, Snookums," or something to that effect. If any of y'all play Apex Legends, kind of like a Loba kind of like type person. And he's just like, sounds like I don't got a choice, now do I? Man, you taught me how to fight and helped me get a better understanding of what my quirk can and can't do, even though it was painful. No thanks to you. She's like, "Oh, stop blushing, stop it. You're gonna get me all excited, Deku." She would probably call him something weird, but And then they would basically proceed to go to this very interesting party. And Deku's like, why? Why is this it? And this is where we would leave. What if Deku was immortal off?